Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to do update 5 in my year-long project pan. And if you are unfamiliar with a project pan or like my project pan, one, I'm just going to link my introduction or like the playlist to my year-long project pan if you have not caught up to this series yet. Two, a project pan is basically a way to get use out of your collection and either hit a usage goal, or, and when I say hit pan, it's like if you have this, you hit like the metal part or like the plastic part where it's pressed in. Or my goals in this project in particular are to finish everything that's in here up. And I've actually made some pretty substantial progress this month. I'm really excited. Yeah, and if you're curious, first, I just want to plug my last video, which was my build your own palette. And within that video, I did actually film this eye look and have it at the very tail end of that video. So I'm filming back to back. You're going to notice the same top is worn, and that's fine. So I have a couple rollouts this month, and I wasn't expecting one of them, and I was expecting the other one, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited about like what I've done this month. I haven't felt like I've been making really great progress until I sat down and kind of weighed things out, marked things. I've only marked one thing, but like really looked at like my previous markings to now, and I'm like, holy smokes, I am like still doing so well in this project, and I'm like shocked. I am beyond shocked. So I have written down in my bullet journal here, in like order of application, all of these items. So we're going to start down the list. So starting with face primer, I actually had my e.l.f. Mint Melt primer in. I rolled it in last month. We were at that purple line, and now we are all the way down to that like Ready Coral line. There's not a whole lot of product in here. Like there is just this little bit left. It still pumps out like this. I don't know what e.l.f. did like to create their tube packaging, but they are probably the best brand for this kind of packaging, because like it feels like every single drop is like sucked to the top of this guy. I didn't actually enjoy this primer when I initially rolled it in. I kind of was like, rolled it in out of like, I don't like this, I kind of want to use it up. However, I have been falling in love with this primer to the point where I can definitely see myself picking up the e.l.f. Power Grip primer from work. I'm enjoying this. I'm still working on this. So I'm going to scooch over here, and the numbers and usages are going to be all over on that side of the screen so you can kind of see them, and I can hold this up kind of thing. So I am really enjoying this. I'm going to continue to enjoy this. I think that this is only going to be in for another month, and then it's going to roll out. So if you see me using another primer relatively soon, you know it's because I finished it. So there is that. This is not long for this world. So excited about it. Then moving over to foundation. Now I had the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation, this guy here, in the project, and I have been really enjoying that. It's what I've been wearing every single day since I rolled this in 2 months ago. And because I work at Ulta now, I do my makeup basically 7 days a week now. Like there is almost no time for a break. If I have 2 days off in a row, one of those days will be a complete no makeup day, and then the next one, because I film videos too, is the makeup day. So I wear makeup 6 to 7 days a week now. So I'm going through foundation and like my makeup much quicker than I used to, which isn't a bad thing. I'm getting my money's worth out of it, which I'm happy about. However, let me just talk about this foundation real quick. So this is where we are now up here, as you can see. However, this is actually deceiving because this is not truly where we are in the foundation. My thing is so janky, so damn janky, that when it like no longer pumps, so I have to like actually rip it apart, scoop product out, reassemble it all. It's just so annoying. And there is like nothing in here. I don't know. It's not gonna work. You're just gonna have to take my word on this, because there's no way I can actually show you. But the product is more like, this settles and we're about down here. So this much product is left in here. I hope you believe that I'm not lying. So if I do this, hopefully you can see like there is a little bit of like the plastic things showing. There's really not a lot of product in here. I probably only have 1-2 days left of this. And since I'm filming this on Thursday and it's posting on Sunday, I'm going to count this as a goal met, because by the time this video actually goes live, I will have used the entirety of this product. So I don't feel like that's cheating. I will have the uses there as what they are once it's finished. So this isn't quite done yet. I have a couple more, like literally one more use to go. So tomorrow when I go to work, I will wear this and it will be done essentially. So I am going to count this as an empty, and I'm very excited because this, as beautiful as this foundation was, this has been the most annoying packaging. The next item is a concealer, and I have been working on the Lip Bar Caffeine Quick Concealer in the shade 1 o'clock or Ivory. And there's no way I can mark this anywhere, and I have never been able to mark it because it coats the sides of the packaging. However, I truly believe we're lower in there than this. I think we're closer to where it says fast, easy to use, convenient. Like, I think we're closer to this portion rather than up there. Eventually, I will have to take the stopper out. I don't know when. I also wasn't really into this concealer until I rolled it into this project and have been using it so regularly. So the trick with this one is it's more of like a medium to full coverage, where you can definitely get a fuller coverage if you kind of let it sit on your skin. I have like a USB fan that's currently at work. So I'll set it on and I will like blow air onto my concealer for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds and then blend it out. And that helps me get a lot more coverage. I know that's like a super old trick, but for this concealer, it does help tremendously. And I have been actually really enjoying this concealer because of that. Then I filmed a repress with me video. I will link that in the cards as well. But I did a repress with me video where I took a couple of these Project Pan items and I repressed them in like a super aesthetic, like I was outside, you could hear the birds chirping. I ended up rehoming my Franken Blush into a Fenty Cream Cheeks Out highlight blush. I finished this guy last month and put my cream blush in it. So inside of here it looks the exact same from how I did it in the repan with me or repress with me video, because there was product in this pan that I couldn't get out that was just kind of stuck on there. And instead of wasting this and just throwing this out, I have been using the product in here, and I wish I would have taken a before and after picture. I don't know why I didn't. I only have clips from when I repressed it, but there was product left in here, and I have been really, really substantially using this up. There was a really light layer around the entirety of this pan, and now we only have this little nub left. I truly don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this guy off. I think this pan is going to be finished by next update because there's really not much left. But this is probably a good 2 weeks of product in here because, again, I use such a small amount. So I think this is going to live in the project for the entirety of the year, whereas this pan is going to probably be wrapped up in a month, or maybe 2 months. So I'm excited. I'm going to continue to use these. My weights are all skewed on the repressed items because I don't know what part of me decided that I'm going to repress and then I had other things to do and then I just never weighed things. So my weight items in this that are like rehomed, I don't have weights anymore. But anyway, tangent aside. We'll move down to my next cream cheek product, and that is this guy. This is by Rituel de Fille. This Haley had sent me, so thank you again, Haley. But I know that she just decluttered it because she wasn't into the texture, and truly, I'm not super into the texture of this either, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm toying with the idea of decluttering this to a coworker of mine who loves glitter so much, and I think that she would get more use out of this. This is where this one is at now. There is a really solid dip. Like, I have been really trying to put work into this. All I do is I dip my finger in, I wiggle it a bit, and then this is all that I use. I literally will use this on both cheeks to get like a cream highlight. It's just such a glittery, like that is it on my hand. It's just straight glitter. Like, it's just straight glitter in kind of like an oily, like greasy cream consistency. So it's not my favorite. I think I just talked myself into decluttering this. Yeah, I'm going to declutter this. This is not worth my time and effort because I have others in my collection that I like a lot more. I am shocked with myself. Man, I'm going to declutter that. Man, I feel so much better now that I've decluttered that. I'm so excited. So the next product down my list was another repress one. And this one, unfortunately, I lose the weights because I changed the packaging. So I went from a Covergirl packaging that was broken, and I was like, I'm so sick of broken packaging. I don't want this in there. So I repanned it, and in that freaking video when I was repanning it, I don't know how, this thing broke too. And I'm so annoyed. Like, how? Why? So I ended up repanning and rehoming the Covergirl pressed translucent, like, Age Rewind press powder. I rehomed it into this old NYX packaging that I had that actually was functional until I repressed it, and then all of a sudden it's no longer functional. But I didn't fill it up completely, but it definitely was very full. And now we have such substantial pan in this. And I predominantly use this every day. I fluctuate. I typically use this under my under eyes and T-zone, and then I use my loose powder kind of everywhere else on my face. But this one has a humongous pan. Like, I think this is going to be gone before, like, by the next update too, which is so exciting. I'm really excited that I'm continuing to go through my pressed powders and everything like that. I go back and forth on which one I like more, a pressed or a loose powder. I think I prefer loose powders. So once I'm done with this one and my other loose powder, I think I'm just going to repurchase my Makeup Revolution loose powder and then put it in the Cover FX packaging. Because I have the Hourglass pressed powders, like the finishing powders that I can kind of use everywhere else as a pressed powder. But yeah, I'm excited about this. This is going to be staying strong. We're still on the train of repressed items. However, this one I can tell you a wait because I kept it in the same packaging. So this is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, and I did repan it in that video, and this is what we're looking like now. So this, like, center portion is just like product that's kind of stuck to the pan. So all of that is actually, like, all of this is pan. And I only have a really thin amount of product. I don't know if you'll truly be able to tell. There's, like, such a thin amount of product in there that I think this will last me the whole summer, but I don't think it's going to last me after, like, September. So I think that this one's going to be another one that I'm going to make really steady, really great progress on. And then I can set my sights to other bronzers that are in my collection. I have been enjoying this, though. It's not a chore to use this. So that is really exciting for me. Then probably the next most exciting product in this project that I have to talk about comes in this little packaging here. This is a BareMinerals Loose Blush in the shade Luxe Radiance. Man, you can see we've made so many marks, like, throughout the year. This has been in since the introduction of the project all the way up there, and we have steadily used her, and now she is empty. And I am so excited about that. I truly enjoyed this so much. It went with literally every single eye look that I did over the past 6 months, or I guess 5 months since this is May's update. I really enjoyed this. I've made some substantial progress with this, and I'm just, like, I look at my blush collection now. I have 3 loose blushes. I have a couple pressed blushes, and I'm not overwhelmed with my blush collection at all, and I'm so happy about that. I have been working on my Nudestix lip and cheek pencil in the shade Whisper. And she's just a little nub. She's so little, like, littler than my finger, littler than my pinky. And the blue on this is going to be where the product is, or, like, what we used the past month. So I can't believe we've used this much product. Now, I am not marking this plastic because that doesn't make sense. It's not going to be usable product. However, like, that's wild. That is absolutely wild that we used this much up. Like, absolutely bananas to me. So I have been really enjoying this. I wear it almost every single day. I've been wearing this, and I can kind of tailor the color of this depending on like the lip liners I'm using with it, the lip glosses I'm using with it. So this has been like a really nice universal. Like, I do have this on today. I have a super brown lip liner on, and then I put my Fenty gloss that we're going to talk about in a second on, and then over top of all of that I kind of put this on, just because I was having like some issues with like blending, and it's because I changed my lip a couple times to figure out the lip I wanted to wear with this look. But yeah, this is not going to take that much longer. I definitely think this is going to still take 2 months, at least 2 months, but I am getting really great use out of it, and I'm really excited that I am finishing it up. Like, I'm working through it. Then the absolute last product that we have to update is my Fenty Gloss Bomb. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow, and yesterday when I was looking at it, I could actually see, like, it settles really nicely, but I just whacked it over. Oh yeah, so I don't know if you'll be able to tell where that's settling, but it's definitely more lopsided, so I definitely would say I'm between the Y and the B now within this. So I'm somewhere in between that Y and the B within there. So I don't know how much progress I've really made. However, I have used 1 gram of product within this month, and there's like 9 mils or about 9 grams of product. So only 9 more months. Just kidding. There's a ton of use in this already. So we're halfway through this guy. I don't know how much longer that's going to take me. It's a little concerning. I was hoping to get through this and 1 more gloss this year, but I think this will be just the only gloss that we're going to get through by the end of the year. I use this almost every single day. There's very seldom days where I don't wear this. It's only if I'm wearing like a super pink look or like a pink lip where this doesn't quite go with it. So I opt for like the other Fenty gloss bomb that I have, or like another gloss in general. So this one is just going to take a much longer time. So in place of everything, I am going to roll in this guy. This is the Milani Screen Queen Foundation in 260. This is Warm Bisque. This might be a smidge dark for me, which is going to give me an excuse to kind of try to also use up my white base, but this is not going to be in the project. This is just like a bonus for me. I kind of want to see what I can do with this. I bought this last summer in August, I think. So we're approaching the 1-year mark, and I just don't want this to go off on me. I definitely have a foundation that's a little older. However, it's much more fair and fits me better in the winter months. So I'm going to be focusing on this guy, the Milani Screen Queen, for the foreseeable future. Then to replace my BareMinerals blush, I'm actually not going to roll in a blush. I really, truly was like, I'm going to roll in a blush for this project. I've just been having fun kind of reaching for any blush that I've wanted rather than like pigeonholing myself to like one specific blush. So I'm going to continue to allow myself to reach for more blushes, and that's fine. I've also been using, not today, but I have been using my Subculture, the Edge and New Wave shades as blushes, and I've liked that. So I'm going to just let myself kind of do whatever I want with blush moving forward. However, I have this guy and I want to finish it up. This is a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone. Mine cracked a while ago and I repressed it. Man, this must have been at least 7 years ago when I bought this. So I want to finish this up. I think that would be a nice goal, something like a nice relic. Becca is no longer a company. You can buy, I think, Champagne Pop from Smashbox, but I kind of just want to see this like find its way out of my collection. This compact though is extremely nice, so I can see myself keeping this. It's like nice and weighted, just has a nice feel to it. But this is where we're starting with Becca Moonstone. So we have a nice like dime size, like a little less than a dime size pan in this guy, but I am going to try to use this up. Then the last item, and this is kind of a spur of the moment item because we decluttered that item on the fly and now I had to find something to replace it, and I am like running out of things that I truly want to put in this project pan, if I'm being quite honest with you. So instead of picking like a cosmetic item out of my collection, I figured I need to get some more use and finish up more perfumes that I have. So my parents bought this for me for Christmas a few years ago. This is the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet fragrance. Now, there is not a whole lot of product in there. We are down to here. So there's really not much product in here. The product's still like clear. It's a super light, like transparent pink. So the product hasn't really changed in this, but I don't want it to go bad and go off. So I am going to roll this into this project with the goal to finish this. With like everyday use, I feel like I totally could finish this in a month. However, I do like to fluctuate my perfumes. So I don't think this is going to take me that long, but I also think I don't want to like, again, I don't want to pigeonhole myself and only like, I'm only using this and right now for like extended periods of time. So I think this will take me at least 2, maybe 3 months. So I just would like to finish this by the end of summer. That's kind of like my low goal for that one. I want to make just a couple predictions in this, or like goals that I want to hit for myself. I know that I hyper focus on my project pan items, so I don't feel the need to like give a usage goal for this. However, I do want to set like a little like mini goals in certain things for me. Starting with one that I know is very achievable. I want to finish this little pan of the cream blush that I have. That way I only have this guy. I also think that I can finish up completely my repressed CoverGirl pressed powder that's in my NYX packaging. I think I can totally use this up. There's not a whole heck of a lot of product in here. I think what I want to do with this guy is just double the pan size, or at least like get pan for the majority of this, and then possibly be at a point where I need to repress this again. I do want to set a goal for my Becca highlight. I want to just expand the pan size in this. I think that's doable. I was able to really expand the pan size with just 15 uses in my Mary Luminizer by The Balm over in that Deca Panning Project pan. So I think that I can expand the pan in this guy. I don't think there's ridges in this pan. I truly don't remember. It was so long ago when I repressed it. Maybe I can get down to the U in this guy. Can you see that? Maybe I can get down like midway in this last word. I don't know. I would be so excited if when I put the cap on, it goes all the way to like the plastic bit. So that's kind of going to be another little goal that I have for myself. And that is it for my year-long Project Pan Update 5. Let me know the progress that you think that I can make by the next update. Any goals that you think that would be fun to see hit, let me know. Also, if you are doing a project pan this year, let me know how your project's going. Are you doing it where you're trying to hit to completion all of your items? Are you just trying to hit pan and move on? Or are you just doing usage goals for yourself? I would truly love to know. And also, what is your biggest accomplishment for the year? I really don't know what my biggest accomplishment is this year. I want to say probably finishing this blush. Blushes always are just like so exciting when I empty them, because I know they take a long time. These loose blushes typically take me about 6 months to go through, so much different than a pressed blush, I know. However, I'm very content with I'm able to use these guys up. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!